Live from the Jersey Shore to the world. Get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Take the show wherever you go. Download the free Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. It is 6:08, 45 degrees, heading up to 58 Thursday, March 24th, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Streaming on the Radio Pup app and WOBMAM.com, 732-505-1160. Real quick, just a fact check. 600,000 people in Ocean County, 600,000. So we were halfway there. We were going with the, we were obviously off. Anyway. We are joined now by Michael Conti. Mike is with Assured Mortgage Bankers Corp. He is a vice president. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Not bad at all. I'm excited to be here.
Are you excited? Are you really? Because that means a lot. That means a lot to me. But I just want to remind you, it's really just you and me talking, and maybe if you had any family members or friends that you had to show them how to download the Radio Pup app. That would be them listening too. So just us talking. So just relax. All right.
Yep.
Why don't you tell us a little about what you do and what makes what you do so special?
Well, what we do is we are mortgage bankers in the New Jersey area, the entire state, and particularly in Ocean and Monmouth County. I grew up here and moved back in 2006 with my wife. And started to go to work for my father, who's owned the company since 1998. So we're located in Manasquan, and basically our primary job is residential mortgages, whether it's purchases or refinances. We are a lender and work with our borrowers to get them the best possible rates we can, explain the different programs that are available for them to either buy their house or refinance their current house. And we're kind of the old school version of house visits, personalized service that is sometimes lost in this because, a lot of people go online to get these things. And so we really try to take people step by step through the process so that this way, when they're making probably the largest purchase that they'll ever make in their lifetime, they're assured and they're comfortable with what's going on, and they know pretty much everything that they need to know for their mortgage.
So the question that jumps to mind right off the bat is, so the whole personalized service thing is obviously very important. But let's say hypothetically that you had a new prospective client today, and they were sitting in your office, and they're sitting across from you, and they're wearing a Kansas Jayhawk sweatshirt. How do you feel about that?
Not that great today, because I am a graduate of the University of Maryland, and so I did my undergrad and my grad work there, and I'm really looking forward to 940 tonight and hoping for a Terp victory.
Well, you and my son both, because my son has Maryland in the Final Four. So, great. So, University of Maryland, back to the Jersey Shore. And you came back to the Jersey Shore because you were going into the family business, yes?
Yes. Well, and I also grew up here, too. So, I'm a graduate, 1997 graduate of Brick Memorial High School. And my wife actually is from Babylon, New York, in Long Island. And so, when we got married, one of the important things for us was that we both work, and we needed that support network if we were to have children. And eventually, we had my son in 2008, Alex, who's now 7 years old and in first grade. And in 2012, we had my daughter Lauren, who's 3 years old. So it's a bit hectic here at the Conti household sometimes.
I listen, I've been there. I've done that. By the way, the good news is when they get older, it's really the same. They just cost you a lot more money. So you can look forward to that. But what I like about you, Mike, as I look through your background, is that here's a guy comes back to your hometown, right? Back to the school system where you're from. And what do you do? But you run for and achieve getting on the Board of Ed in Bricktown.
Yeah, it was. You know what? When I was in Maryland, I was kind of figuring out what I wanted to do, and originally my plan was, major in history and politics, and use that as a springboard to go to law school. When I took a couple pre-law classes and did that stuff, I was like, my God, I can't imagine spending another 3 years doing this. And at the same time, I was a teaching assistant for a bunch of different classes, low-level history classes at the University of Maryland, and government classes. And I really, really enjoyed that. So I wound up getting my master's in secondary curriculum instruction in education, and taught for a few years down in Maryland before moving back here. The opportunity arose in 2012 to run for the Board of Ed. I was successful with actually a good friend of mine, Frank Benucci, who graduated in 1998 from Memorial. And, it was an extension of getting back into education. I always like to say with the mortgage stuff that I'm still teaching. It's just older people about their money now.
Right.
So it was a nice thing to be able to do. I really enjoyed it because, again, it was something that I'm very passionate about, and I have a son in the school district right now and a daughter who eventually will get there. There were some challenges, to be sure, but overall it was a fantastic experience.
Well, that's great. And listen, we're big fans here of anyone that's willing to give back to their community. And certainly, frankly, as you know better than anyone, Board of Ed is probably one of the most thankless positions out there. It's an elected office that pretty much just puts you in the firing line because schools and school budgets never seem to be kind of right sized, in my opinion.
No,
right? I mean, we see that in Bricktown more than anywhere right now.
Yeah, we do. There's definitely been. I mean, we were pretty proud in our 3 years that we were on the board that we were at a 0, 0, and 0.9 on the tax levy each year.
Right.
It was tough. Obviously, you have to kind of prioritize and pick and choose what you want to do. There's a new group there now, and they have their challenges that they'll have to do what they feel is best for the school district. And yeah, like you said, it is kind of a thankless job. What we tried to do, or what I tried to do, was go get to as many of the schools as I could with the events that went on, like from the DARE ceremonies, which were always my favorite,
right,
to the plays, to the sporting events, to whatever was the Read Across America days. That's the good stuff because at least there you don't have people yelling and screaming at you.
Sure.
You get a lot of people smiling and have fun stuff. So, that was one of the things that I really tried to do to just make it a positive experience and let people know that, hey, listen, we're on your team. And that's really what it should be in a township, that everybody's on the same team working towards a mutual goal,
right,
which is to try to be as innovative as possible and bring the best education, people, tools, everything else to the school system while still making sure that you're being mindful of the taxpayers' pocketbook.
Right. All right, so Mike, it is clear that you're a people person, that you're about getting out there and building relationships, and that's what your gig is now. But I want to talk more cold, hard facts. So when we come back after the break, I'd love for you to kind of give everybody a pulse of what the mortgage market looks like right now, what the real estate market, what you're seeing in the Bricktown and surrounding areas looks like, and what you see when you look in your crystal ball for the future. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Mike Conti, VP Assured Mortgage Bankers Corp. We'll be right back after this. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin.
Wake up with Jeremy Grunin wherever you go. Download the Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Get up, get out, do something. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin continues. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160, 1310, and WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. We're back with Mike Conti, Assured Mortgage Bankers. So, Mike, why don't you talk to us a little bit about what you're seeing in the current mortgage market? How is the temperature? What's your feeling on interest rates? What are you seeing?
Interest rates they've been kind of all over the place, but low, historically speaking. You still have probably on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage somewhere in the high 3s to low 4s, which is historically phenomenal. I think people have gotten used to this and comfortable with this for over the past couple of years. And there's products available that I don't think that a lot of people realize. I think that there's a large segment of the population that as much as you try to let them know that you can have lower down payment options that don't have mortgage insurance, that are conventional loans, they still kind of don't believe it. You can purchase a place right now for as little as 3% down through a Home Ready product. You go and you take a class through this website that's about $75 to take the class. You get certification, and you are able to put 3% down as long as you fall within a certain income limit, but it's census-based. There's also 5% down options that come with a lender-paid mortgage insurance, or where there would be no monthly mortgage insurance. There's just a variety of products out there for people to get started. And what I've been seeing, at least in the Jersey Shore area, is that rents have been pushing above where it would be if you were to purchase your own home. Obviously there's costs associated with owning your own home that you may not have as a renter, but the fact that you're going to be accumulating equity over time and building credit and doing all of those things, it just makes it a better option. And I wish more people knew that they didn't need the 20% down. They didn't need to have, credit scores that were 820s and on and on and on that you kind of hear on the CNBCs of the world and things like that, where it's a very much conservative bent as far as what you need to be accomplished. And
right.
And as far as real estate goes here in the Jersey Shore, what I've seen is that we have a kind of a shortage of inventory, and the things that are priced right and priced well are going quickly. And I've actually seen this year, probably over the past 3 to 4 months, is places that are priced right almost have multiple offers. We're getting back into that situation where, because the inventory is so low and people are looking to purchase something, that house that is in good condition, has the bells and whistles that buyers want, are going right away.
Right.
Particularly in the price point of, say $200,000 to $300,000. That stuff is going right away.
Yeah, that is definitely the sweet spot here at the Jersey Shore and what I've seen. I think you make a great point that, at times it is frustrating to explain to folks that when you're paying rent on a place, that money is basically, you might as well just flush that down your toilet because you've built nothing. You've built nothing.
Exactly.
And I've always looked at home ownership as almost like building yourself a savings account.
It is. I kind of talk about it as a piggy bank. The equity that you have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or a cookie jar.
I prefer cookie jars. I'm big on cookie jars. Yeah.
You're not going to be able to take anything out of it unless you lift the lid. And in that regard, you're refinancing to pull some of that equity out in cash. But there really are so many options that are available to people that can get in, own a home, have that, and it puts people to work too. Particularly on the Jersey Shore, you're going to be buying stuff at retail stores. If you're refinancing, you may be looking to contractors that are local, that do good work around here, and it can only be a boon for the Jersey Shore economy.
Right. All right. We are with Mike Conti. He is Assured Mortgage Bankers. We are talking about a little bit about the real estate market at the Jersey Shore. We're talking a little bit about the Maryland Terrapins, who, in case you missed it, 9:40 tonight against Kansas, in what's sure to be the game of the night, by the way, in college basketball.
It better be, yeah.
Yeah, it better be. Anyway, when we come back, Mike, I would like to spend a little bit of time. I don't know if we filled you in on this, but we always like to give you the magic wand and say, what would you do if you could make an impact here at the Jersey Shore or in your job sector? What would you do? I would love to talk for a second, maybe about the Brick Township Chamber and what and your feelings there, and talk a little bit more about our community and being in business at the Jersey Shore. So when we come back, more with Mike Conti, Assured Mortgage Bankers. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Back after this.
Coming up next, the latest from WOBM News, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. It's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. We are here again with Mike Conti, Assured Mortgage Bankers. And so, Mike, you are active in the Brick Chamber?
Yep, I am. I'm actually the treasurer this year on the executive board, and I've been active with the chamber since, I believe, 2011 I joined, because I wanted to try to get involved within the Brick Township community. I thought it would be a great marriage because I've been in Brick, pretty much all my life except for the 10 years that I was down in Maryland, and it's just a fantastic organization. I mean, one of the things I love most about it is the Education Foundation, where we give about local businesses, and the Dream Dollars raffle probably gives somewhere between $20,000 to $25,000 a year, if not more, in scholarships to students in Brick Township, whether they're high school students or even college students who are trying to finish up their degrees and they need that little bit of help monetarily to get them through, whether it's books or room and board, whatever it is, whatever that money's going towards. It's just an absolutely phenomenal organization, and the people that make up the chamber are wonderful. I always try to use businesses that are within the chamber because it's helpful.
Right.
You have great professionals there, and you don't have to worry about the service that you're going to get. Because all of these people are like-minded, I believe, with my business, in that ultimately what you're trying to do is give the best possible service so that people in turn enthusiastically refer you to others. And when you go to one of the establishments that are members of the Chamber of Commerce, whether it's a restaurant or a service station, or I just had a guy come to my house for plumbing, and did a fantastic job, and it's you never have to worry.
Right. Well, and I think often folks, when they're looking to start a new business, they're looking for an organization that they can join, that they can become part of, that they can kind of help grow their network, grow their business. And there's so many different business networking groups out there. And it could be very challenging to figure out where to go. And I know it's the case in Bricktown. I certainly feel the same way about the Greater Toms River Chamber. But I know that when you get involved with a chamber or when you get involved with MODC, these are organizations where these organizations have been around for a lot of years. They know what they're doing. There's a certain degree of kind of swagger and panache that's attached to being part of them, and legitimizes you as a business. And I think if you leverage relationships that you build that you build within these organizations appropriately, you can absolutely build your business in the right way. So I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah, and as you know, I mean, it's hard work to build your business, and
Sure.
it's a lot of movement, it's a lot of shaking, it's a lot of conversations that you may have today that won't pay off for a year, 2 years, 6 months, whatever the case may be, but you're constantly having those conversations, and the Brick Chamber has so many opportunities to connect with other businesses, from the business builder breakfasts to the after-hour happy hours.
Right.
I mean, just easy social settings where you can go and you can meet different people that, put a little something in their ear like, hey, I'm a local mortgage banker,
Right.
or hey, I'm a local plumber, or hey, I'm a local service. I have my own local service station, or I'm a florist, or I'm a pharmacist, or I'm an IT guy. You put that in their ear, they remember you, they remember the conversation that you had.
Sure.
And hopefully, in turn, that turns into business for
Absolutely.
you. And likewise for them.
Absolutely. Now, Mike, I just want to clarify. You said there's a lot of shaking. I think you meant there's a lot of handshaking, right? Because there is shaking involved when you're starting a business too. Like, can I make payroll? Am I going to be able to pay myself? Am I going to be able to feed my family? Those are, there is shaking involved there. But
those are the ones that are in the corner, right?
Right. They're not typically at most of those. They're not at the mixers. Mike, so we've given you the magic wand. We've given you the opportunity to make a difference just by waving it. What are you doing?
For my industry, it would be the regulation piece. Not that regulation's bad, but everybody looks back to the housing crisis in 2008 and all the government regulation that was heaped on by Congress. Most of the products that were available and out there in that 2003 to 2008 period went away due to the market. So, and it kind of wiped out the people that were just in there for a quick buck. So the market kind of took care of that. What I would love is and it has been coming back a little bit, so my magic wand has been working, that common sense kind of comes back into play as far as underwriting goes, as far as credit decisions go, because I think that the housing market is probably one of the most important markets in any economy, whether it's local, state, or national, because it really puts to work so many different facets of people and creates jobs for so many different. So if you have a thriving housing market, I think you're going to, in turn, see a thriving economy.
Right. Very true. Great point, and great use of the magic wand. Very, very happy with that, Mike. Mike, why don't you tell folks where they could go to learn more about what you do every day, if they've been totally engaged by our conversation this morning.
I hope they have. We're located in Manasquan at 1913 Atlantic Ave, so you can come visit us in person. If you have any questions or need anything, we're right across the street from the Atlantic Club and Milagro Spa. We're also on the web at www.assuredmortgages.com, and we have a Facebook page that's at facebook.com/AMBC Mortgage. So there's a variety of ways that you can get in contact with us. You can get in contact with me via our office line, which is 732-292-1477, or you can reach me on my cell, 732-575-4767. We are available pretty much 7 days a week because we know that the most important thing in your process is the service that's coming to you.
Right.
That when you're going through that home buying process, it can be stressful. So we try to take that stress as much as we can out of it to tell you, hey, listen, if you get us the things that we're asking for now, we're not going to bother you as much down the road, and you're going to move and get your clear to close and own that home or refinance that home to the new rate that you want. So we try to make the process as complicated as it could be, as easy as possible.
Gotcha. Very good, Mike. Thank you so much. And so Mike Conti has something in common with Lieutenant Governor Kim Godagno. They both give out their cell phone number very, very easily. So great job, Mike.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we'll talk again soon, okay?
Thank you, and go Terps.
Absolutely. Go Terps. Back with more Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin right after this.